what I'm insisting on in this book is that that sometimes the poor people with very little power, often illiterate, have made huge differences to the history of capitalism. And the one example that I might want to cite here is that for a long time, plantation slavery was quite crucial to global capitalism. And that ended in the 19th century, and I think it ended principally because there were massive waves of resistance among the people who were enslaved, and you see that on Saint-Domingue, the present-day Haiti, the French colony of Saint-Domingue, where the enslaved staged a revolution in the 1790s. But you see that also on many a Caribbean island, and you see that also in the United States, where W.E.B. Du Bois has called the American Civil War a kind of general strike. So, and that, that kind of resistance to the institution of slavery, which again was a very crucial part of global capitalism, that also extended to abolitionists in Europe or in the Americas. So this ended plantation slavery, and that was a pretty fundamental pillar of global capitalism at the time. Another example is the labor movement as it emerges after the 1870s, the modern labor movement, and of course that has made also a huge difference in how 20th century capitalism would unfold in many parts of the world. So that is, how I conceptualize the role of resistance in the history of capitalism. And then last but not least, I think you also ask about the survival of the system, if I understood this correctly. And this is, of course, a great question and a complicated one, because, as you say, capitalism produced a lot of conflict and a lot of resistances. But of course, capitalism produced huge gains in human productivity. It produced unprecedented economic growth, and that turned out to be beneficial to many people on planet Earth, and that certainly gave great strength to the capitalist revolution.